So, got a hole going. You'll see why in a minute. I got the outrigger pad on the other side of the machine, and I guess this is a pretty good reason of why I was wanting to do it. You can see that this pad here, which is original, minus missing the rubber pieces on the bottom, is actually like digging into the ground quite a bit, where if we come around to the other side, you can see that this is sitting essentially on the surface and is not kicking up a bunch of fucking dirt into the pins, which I don't want to do. But I guess you know, these grease fittings, of course, are getting into the dirt and everything, but I haven't ripped them off or anything, and it would be better, of course, if I was more experienced with this thing. But this is, well, I think it's the first time I've ever dug with a backhoe, because it's not what I do. But yeah, just thought that was interesting. You can see sitting high and proud on the dirt there, and then this one is digging in and kicking up a bunch of shit. Now, of course, the problem with this one, the way it is that it won't offer very good traction, but at the same time, that's not what I'm going for. And you know, if I run into an issue where I need more traction, then I was thinking of ways that I could add, you know, leave the flat pad on there, but to be able to, like, I don't know, maybe bolt something onto the bottom of it that had, you know, teeth on it or whatever. But so far, I do like it. So here's the pads, you know, up folded again, or the outriggers lifted up again. So you can see the bolt heads are recessed here. Oh, and I guess I forgot to mention too that I drilled out the holes in the pads here to 13/16, and then put 3/4 inch bolts in here. And so, of course, because this pad now is solid, it cannot fold over all the way, because the original concept is that if you want the pads in the ground, that you can do this, or you can flip it over thus ways and have sort of spikes going into the ground. But because mine's got the cab on it, the pads are extremely close to the window, and I had almost broken the window a couple times not remembering that. So personally now, I don't give two shits that this doesn't come back all the way now. But I did check that when the outriggers are down all the way, that you know, because of course the angle here will change when the outriggers go down all the way, that the angles work out just fine. So yeah. Oh really? Oh really? And so then this here was the purpose for the hole in the ground. Customer of mine was digging up a couple fire hydrants and was just gonna throw them in the scrap pile, and I was like, you know, I know exactly what I can do with that. And so this one here, I think is pretty cool. It's a 1969 dresser fire hydrant, and I guess my customer is just switching to a newer style of hydrant, because they had, like, you know, they had a bunch of different types of hydrants, and it made it hard for parts and everything, I guess. And from what they said, you can still get parts for these here, but I guess some of their others they couldn't get parts for, so they were like, fuck it, you know, we'll just get all new hydrants. And so there she is. There's about 4 feet ish of cast iron pipe going into the ground, so that'll that'll hold that in there very securely. And I actually found, like, on eBay you can actually get, because you know, like, obviously this one isn't working, so they make signs that go in the little groove here in between, you know, the body of the hydrant and the cap that say like out of service, or, you know, non-potable water only, or all sorts of different shit. And I actually found a couple that say for dog use only, so get a couple of those and get a couple of those to put on there. And thankfully it seems like the puppies approve, because you know, of course, if the supervisor said it wasn't good enough, then have to go back and change it. But what do you think? You approve?